it's Warren with ZenPro Audio. Welcome to Zen-TV Weekly. It is the week of October the 31st. Well, I'm sorry that I missed you last week. I got back from the AES show and I was just so exhausted. I swear to you, I slept in for days. It was difficult to get even moving. And by the time Monday night rolled around, normally the time that I shoot my weekly, even 5 minutes, I'm telling you, just would have put me under the ground, and I just never caught up throughout the week, so sorry about that. Anyway, speaking of AES, wow, what a great show. It was interesting to meet a lot of you guys that were able to come by there, and it was good to see old friends as well. And you know who you are. It was just great catching up. So very interesting show in that regard. I'm going to get to AES in just a second. I've got a hot deal that I want to get back on, and that is the CAD E100S. We've got singles for $369 again and pairs at $349 a piece. We are also this time around able to include the CAD pop filter as well as a 25-foot CAD mic cable. So awesome deal, and we are just ready to go again. They are on the shelf and shipping, okay? So sort of similar deal to what we had before, but with a little bit of an enhancement going on. As far as the AES goes, there really were a lot of very cool new products, and I'll try to blow through as many of them here as I can just off the top of my head. The RETRO Doublewide. This is a mono, very Mu style tube compressor for 500 series. Don't know how they've done it, but this thing is going to street for $995, and it was one of the big buzzes of the show. Retro flavor for, a grand unheard of. They claim that it is built in the vein of the Stay Level. I haven't heard it yet. There was a demo unit or two floating around the show. I'm actually told that even though people heard that demo unit, that the actual production model is even a little step higher than what was shown there. That is supposed to start shipping in a month. I'm told the end of November. So 500 series and needing 2 slots, keep that in mind. But for $995, wow, just utterly ridiculous. AEA launched their RPQ500 at the show. This is essentially a single channel of the RPQ, the 80 dB super clean mic pre with phantom if you need it, as well as their EQ, boost, and filter circuit. Awesome stuff. Streeting for $584. That's cheaper than most good pre's in the 500 series. And a little birdie in a top hat at the show told me that registered AEA users on their email list need to look out for maybe a special offer coming that you'll be able to honor through dealers like me in the near future. The Fink Audio DRS EQ for 500 series, essentially just the EQ section in a single slot 500. Don't have a street price or a ship date yet, but very excited about that. You cannot see it, but the DRS Q4 lives in my rack. I love the Fink stuff, but that EQ is sweet. And when you look at the frequency points that are available on that EQ, you realize how quickly you can get things done. But it's the sound of that thing. So I'm very excited about that DRS EQ that's coming here. Some other interesting outboard deals. Fink Audio released or is releasing a mono version of the CS2FA called the CS1FA. So that is their old Putnam style mic pre, their tube buffered 1176 style compressor limiter, as well as their Pultec style EQ in a single channel format. And they're also releasing a compressor that is a marriage of the 1176 as well as the LA2A. And I don't have a ship date or an exact cost on that one yet either, but very interesting stuff. And while we're speaking of Fink, don't forget that the CS2FA, the stereo unit, his original box, just got lowered by $1,000. It's now streeting for $29.99. Awesome deal. And it's supposed to last until the end of the year, so you might want to hop on that. Lindell Audio, got to meet Lindell at the show. Awesome guy. He released his 18X, which is now a tube pre, as well as a Pultec style EQ. And it has blend and other features on there as well. So more new stuff coming out from Lindell. You'll remember I talked a little while ago about the 17X and what a fantastic compressor. Absolutely unbelievable. You need to go into the clipolator and hear the control of that FET compressor. Thermionic Vulture released their Vulture SOLO. This is a single channel version of the Vulture. So for anybody who is in need of that, It's coming real soon. I don't have an exact price on that. I am waiting on that information. In the studio monitor world, a couple things that stood out to me. The SE Electronics, you know, normally the microphone guys, but they've developed this Munro Egg monitor. So it's literally a monitor in the shape of an egg. They're building it that way because of the lack of resonance in an egg-shaped form. And very, very intrigued by that design. I think that studio monitors are an area that there is still a lot of growth that could be had in, a lot of improvements that could be made. So I was told by the SE rep today that those should start shipping maybe in about a month or so, but I think we're talking about a trickle here. I'm hoping to get a pair here to check out. In other studio monitors at the show, Pelonis was showing off their 4288. My gosh, I mean, where do you begin? First of all, it's a three-way, but it has that dual concentric driver used in the Model 42s, so it's a 4-inch with the 1-inch tweeter mounted in the center. However, the new 4288 adds an 8-inch bass driver to the equation, so you have an all-in-one speaker in one cabinet. He did the right thing by getting the amplifier as well as DSP out of the cabinet. This is a 400-watt amplifier, okay? And it has the same style DSP EQ control that you can find on the Model 42s. And on top of all that, it's a Chris Pelonis monitor system, amp with DSP if you want it, and both speakers. It's going to street for about $2,000. No one saw that one coming. And I'm waiting on those now. Supposedly they are just about to start moving, and man, I can't wait to set up a pair here and to really check them out. And finally, my good friend Roger Cloud from Cloud Microphones stopped by with the Cloudlifter Z. And what the Cloudlifter Z is, it sort of takes the concept of the Cloudlifter about as far as you can take it by adding a high-pass filter as well as variable impedance. You could actually vary the relationship between this box and the microphone from 150 ohm all the way out to 15,000 ohms, okay? And it also has 2 levels of boost, where you've got 12.5 dB as well as the full 25 dB. So very, very good match for passive microphones like ribbons and other dynamics. We've actually just started to put it through its paces here, so we'll have more info on that very, very soon. Again, it was great meeting a lot of you guys out there and also seeing old friends. It really meant a lot to me. And gosh, I guess that's all the hot stuff I can think of going on this week at ZenPro Audio. As always, you can click on Contact Us there on the site, and I'll personally respond and get you taken care of. And keep in mind, we're working very hard around here to keep on bringing you gear now and Zen.